Hello VC. Got a few more records in the last couple weeks, including some records that I think are the best I've heard so far this year. Some absolute excellent records have arrived, so I thought I would share them with you. Now I've noticed a few comments that indicate some of my records I show are a little bit obscure, no one knows who the groups are and that. But my point of view is that, well, there's tons and tons of videos out there on YouTube for the Beatles, the Stones, the Who. So rather than showing you my Who collection, I'd rather show you records where you go, who the hell is that artist? That way you're seeing something you've never seen before. But in today's batch, I guarantee you there's at least one, if not two records that pretty much everyone is going to recognize. One record in this batch I've seen shown on other VC channels. So let's get right into it then. And the first record is absolute killer. It's one of my favorite records I've discovered in the past year. The artist is Sam Jr. Sam Jr. is a Canadian artist, been around a long time, has played with several different bands, and this is sort of his debut album. And how I discovered this album was I was doing a search for Tess Parks, and this album popped up. And that's because Tess Parks is a guest artist on this album. I think she's responsible for the photography on the cover. And on this particular one, there's only 150 copies pressed, and I have number 128, which is surprising because I actually pre-ordered that, so I doubt that there's any left. The next record is from an Australian band, I think they're from Melbourne, and this one actually came out I think around 2016, and I just recently discovered it. That's absolutely another fantastic album. I went searching to see if they had any releases after this one. It doesn't appear so. It's hard to say. Now, that particular record, I got it shipped from Australia. Surprisingly, it only took about 2 weeks. It arrived faster than some of the albums I ordered from the States. Fantastic album, worth looking into. Now this next one that arrived is a repress, and this is the one I think just about everybody in the VC will recognize. I've seen people show this album before, and this is Spacemen 3.
Losing touch with my mind. I'm falling way behind. I'm walking down a one-way street.
So having sampled a number of their albums online, that was my favorite. There's one other album by them I intend to get at some point, but this one here, I absolutely love that album. Great album. And like I said, I know several people in the VC definitely have that album because they've shown it. This next album, a little bit different. So this one's more like almost vocal jazz, a touch of Latin jazz. Absolutely killer artist here, female vocalist. And to me, when I'm listening to this album, this is like an album that all the cool cats in the VC would be listening to, especially on a Friday afternoon when they phone their spouse and tell them they're going to be late getting home. Then they just sashay over to the elevator, hit the ground floor, walk into the martini bar, hook up with their secret lover, and then start doing the tango to the music on this album. So that's a 2-record set, and fantastic press quality. 180 gram pressings, only 3 songs per side. So you've got very good dynamic range in the music. Really worth looking into that record. The last record I'll show today. This is one that an artist that I first discovered watching a video by Eric Weinbender. Now he didn't show this particular album, but I was sampling a number of albums by the band, and I've over time purchased several of their albums. This is one of them. This is a good record to listen to while just taking your mushrooms, and you just sit back and chill out to the music. And then when your spouse walks by and says, "What are you doing? Why aren't you taking out the garbage?" you can just stare at them with your glazed over eyes and give them the finger. Any more marital advice you want, just contact me. So, Heliocentrics. So VC, always remember, tell your spouse not to bother you after you've taken your mushrooms. Well, as always, thank you for watching. Have a great day, and I hope you've discovered at least one new artist that you like.